everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. We've got a good one on tap today, and there's going to be two quarterbacks ready to get it done on the gridiron. It's Rodgers' Packers going up against Stafford's Lions. With that, let's welcome in our fine broadcast team. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL sends us to the state of Michigan as we are inside Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Green Bay Packers and the Detroit Lions. Hi again, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And you know, Charles, as Larry pointed out in the open, got a couple of great quarterbacks set to square off here this afternoon. That ball's probably going to be flying all over the place, isn't it?
Oh, without a doubt. And the game has never been more quarterback-centric than it is now. And both of these teams have top-flight signal callers.
It took a Rodgers to Rodgers Hail Mary to win last year. What's in store here as the Packers and Lions get underway? That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. They come out here in the eye. Now a play fake here on first down. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. An early statement on the game's first play. 18 yards and a first down. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? It sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. A gain of 6 there on first.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Finding time. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And oh, not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone. So the offense needing 4 yards. It's 3rd down. Throwing again is Stafford. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Dayton Jones in there to drop him for a loss of 10. And it'll be 4th and long.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. One back is Lacey. They go play action here on first down. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. First carry now. This is Lacey. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
They stay on the ground on first down with Lacey. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. It gets it over the middle to Cobb. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A couple of years ago, Cobb signed that 4-year, $40 million deal. Since then, the numbers have been down a little bit, although last year only played 13 games. Yeah, and I wouldn't be as concerned with the numbers dropping if I were a Packers fan, because remember, Devontae Adams has developed as a player, and his numbers have gone up. You got Jordy Nelson back to full health in 2016. He's going to catch a lot of passes, almost caught 100 in that season. Jared Cook at tight end. That's a new weapon Green Bay didn't have for a while. And don't forget, Randall Cobb spent some time as a running back when all the injuries hit the backfield. So his versatility is still a major plus for Green Bay. He was looking for James Starks out of the backfield, and it's third down. One of the best routes, one of the favorite routes of any play caller. He just ran that one. Nice little angle route. That's supposed to be a catch, and usually it is, and the running back dropped it. Yeah, I mean, he's a running back, but he's got hands. He should have caught it. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback. Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. Oh, heavy Lion pressure here, and they block it. Now they can run with it. Picked up inside the 35. And with points at an extreme premium here in a 0-0 game, that could be a big special teams play right there. That's an advantage play. Someone create an advantage for their team, give them an opportunity, and special teams is usually a terrific starting point for that. Blocking the punt, now they've given themselves a chance, and it sees momentum. Let's see what the offense comes with here, 2nd and 8. They go with Abdullah again. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And it's still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down. Well, this past season was tough for Abdullah. Foot injury costing him the last 14 games of the year. And that was a big blow. They could never really get that running game going, could they? It changed everything for them because Theo Riddick, who is his backup, is really a third down back. The guy that they want to use out of the backfield to catch passes in open space. He had to become more of a runner. And I think that limited his effectiveness at doing what he does best. Amir Abdullah was drafted to be their lead runner. They keep him healthy. That'll help the Lions offense in 2017. On 1st and 10, Stafford. He's got time. That's complete right around the 8. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. A 2nd down run for Abdullah. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6. I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guy's in the cornerback position. This will be caught at about the 5. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation. Stafford feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Clay Matthews leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack. Stafford gives to Abdullah. They give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd. And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy. And he has his receiver. That's Jones. Lions touchdown. Marvin Jones from 4 yards out. And the Lions are going to take a 1st quarter lead. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead 7-0. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
Holding, receiving team.
So holding by the offense, and maybe now got to shift up what you want to do on the playbook.
Yeah, definitely. Change what you're doing in the playbook, but boy, the advantage shifts to the guys on defense, doesn't it? Longer yardage situations, they often become bolder.
Throwing is Rodgers. Caught left side by Cobb. Randall Cobb on the breakaway. Touchdown, Packers. Randall Cobb, 93 yards. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. So from back deep, deep in their own territory, all the way into the end zone. Do you think they expected to score on that one?
I'm not sure they expected to score, but they also showed that they're not averse to taking a little bit of a risk there, right? Taking a chance, because the normal call is take care of the football, run it, be safe. Instead, they put it in the air and took a gamble, and it paid off in a big way. That wasn't an analytics call. That wasn't a fantasy guy's call. That was like a video game call right there.
It was a little bit of a video game call, but it worked. And ready to go for another offensive series. Out comes Detroit, and a Detroit team that, boy, lost in the playoffs. Golden Tate's gonna go. Past the 20. Touchdown, Detroit. Golden Tate, 75 yards. And the Lions have taken the lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty slick return there as he's up just shy of the 45-yard line.
Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. He's got the lane, and there he goes. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams, 56 yards. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And they begin the drive with Abdullah. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Here with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, as the Lions are in possession of the football here to begin quarter number 2. They've got a second down and 8 to start things out. Again, it's Abdullah. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Out to the flat for Riddick. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Back to throw, Stafford. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew.
Touchdown, Detroit! Jeremy Curley, 48 yards. And the Lions have broken our tie as they take the lead. That's an old-fashioned death march there, partner. Took them a lot of plays, but hey, they did the job.
And the defense always preaches getting off the field, making a play, and turning it back over to their own offense. Unable to do so. A long, sustained drive by the offense.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Aaron Rodgers, he's getting ready to go again here on offense. He's doing his job, but the bottom line, they're losing. They've got a deficit to make up here, and he knows it.
And quarterbacks who last in this league learn that lesson really early.
Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And his guys are going to take... Here's Sam Martin now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Here's Hyde. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
Now Rodgers. Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Give him 8 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Rodgers again now. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward to get the 1st down.
And Cook has it left side. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. Out to the flat for Lacey. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the 1st half.
And he's going to break our statistician Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up.
Touchdown, Packers! Richard Rodgers, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Sometimes those tight ends are a mismatch. They found the mismatch there.
And that's exactly why you want to draw up those types of plays, because
they'll run it with Lacey. And he will make his way back to where he started from, and that's all, as we will make our way to the 2-minute warning.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. I can't imagine we'd see another throw here. 3rd and goal from the 1. Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
And that was a nice play. He knocked it away, but obviously you want the interception in this situation. You want to take away any chance and they have any decision to make on 4th down. But things happen so quickly in the end.
Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Detroit. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. On the return, it's high. A good return there, 17 yards. And it'll be Packer football here, first down and 10. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But we also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
All right, different topic here. 2018, the Super Bowl, traveling north, far north to Minneapolis. Early predictions for that one. Who you got?
Well, you know, everyone's still waiting in the NFL for a home team to play in its home stadium, right? So could the Vikings be that team? I'll start in the NFC, and I'm going to say no. I think Seattle. Starting to get near that maybe last run with their defense. But Earl Thomas returns. I like Seattle coming out of the NFC. How about you?
Well, I'm actually going to take a Dallas Cowboys NFC title run. I think that they came so close this year, probably most talented going into next year.
I like that one. Well, in the AFC, I'm going to go with a team that if they improve their defense and their quarterback stays healthy, they could be that team, the Oakland Raiders.
Okay, I'm going dark horse. Cleveland Browns. Let's go.
Hey, from worst to first.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And Detroit getting set to go now. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Here's Stafford, and able to find Curley. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now a first down throw, Stafford. And this one complete to Andre Roberts. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. On first down, it's Stafford. Ebron caught left side. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And that will tie things up as we head toward halftime. And that three-point tally now means we are even here toward the end of the second quarter.
And what a way to end the half. Put some points on the board, feel better about yourselves as a team, and you're right back to even.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. A final shot before half for Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission as we send you down to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando, where we find our man Larry Ridley with our halftime report.
All right, let's get straight to it. Here's some highlights from the first half. We go now late in the first. Matthew Stafford would squeeze the pass in here. And it's going to be caught for the touchdown. The Lions strike first in this one. Down to late in the first. Cobb's going to haul in the pass. And after the short pass, he'll score. Packers tied up at 7. First and 10, completion is made across the middle of the field. And this long run goes for a touchdown. That puts them up by a touchdown. Packers have it near the end of 1. Adams the target here. He gone as he sprints to the end zone. We're brand new at 14. Lions with the ball early in the second. Here the pass is completed into coverage, and this 5-play drive goes for a touchdown. That takes the lead up to 7. Packers lined up at the 20. Middle of the field, the pass will be caught. And this goes 20 yards for the score. Packers tied up at 21. So that'll bring our halftime report to a close. We'll go back now to Ford Field for the start of the third quarter.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Lions defense marching back onto the field now. While we may be tied, this crew, they could tighten up some here in the second half.
I think the word at halftime was enough. Because that's what defensive coordinators always say. All right, we're still tied. We're doing okay, but enough. No more points given up. So let's see what adjustments they've made, or if they just increase their play to the level where they don't give up any more points.
They'll be trying to keep them at bay here on this drive. On second down, Lacey. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a third down.
Well, after what we just saw, we know that with third down coming up, this is not a gimme for the offense. They've got to figure out what they want to do. Do they challenge their offensive line and try and run it? Or do they go ahead and concede that this is a tough defense and put it in the air?
He's got his target. It's Cobb. They're just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run. That was a terrific catch. I mean, to go up there and get it one-handed like that, but I almost want to go into that riff about back in my day, the gloves weren't quite like this.
When did gloves really become prevalent, just in general?
I think in the 80s, I think as we started to move through the 80s, especially as we got towards the latter part of that, but a lot of those were really like baseball batting gloves to begin with not much of a tacky area on the glove. In fact, there was none. I actually remember in cold weather games wearing the old scuba gloves that you'd wear in diving, but they would split too easily in the course of a game. Then the glove manufacturers got smart and started adding to it, and here we are today.
They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Of course, we think of Aaron Rodgers as a pocket passer, but you and I both know this guy's a pure athlete. He can get outside and make plays with his legs as well.
I showed it right there outside of the pocket and on the money. This will be caught just inside the 10. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. When we see another great performance like this out of Aaron Rodgers, you have to chuckle thinking that his only FBS offer was a walk-on at Illinois.
And now he's the pride of Butte Junior College, of course at Cal. And I remember watching him play at Cal, and he would run 7-on-7.
And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Jordy Nelson from 3 yards out. And the Packers have moved out in front. And this one through the uprights and good. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Now Stafford hands to Abdullah. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Oftentimes when you're not winning at the point of attack for an offensive line, maybe they're getting out physical, spread things out a little bit, make it more of a one-on-one blocking scheme. Then you don't have to win it physically. You just have to win it by position. That may open things up for your running backs.
Holding offense.
So oftentimes you see defensive holding. Here it's offensive holding for the flag. Losing 9 yards there. And it also brings up 4th. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And he connects with Ebron. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Illegal blocking the ball. Offense. Still 3rd down.
They'll come out in the pistol. Following the penalty, Abdullah. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. A good run there on first. Extra point. And that will tie our game here in the 3rd quarter. So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. This will be taken in at the 1. Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
All right, say it with me now. There are a lot of different words we come up with. Maybe we go back and forth after that play, getting his toes tapped down to make that catch. Crafty.
Yep.
Wiley. Oh, definitely.
All the veteran names.
You name it. Has every move in the book and continued to get better throughout his career so he can make that type of a catch.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Caught by Nelson left side. Back now at Ford Field. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And he'll bring this one inside the 35. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short.
Not an ideal spot to be on 1st down, but I love that the play caller did not immediately abandon the running game and say, okay, we've got to throw it in order to pick it up. Stayed with the run, was rewarded with a big-time pickup. Now they're in 2nd and manageable.
And he's going to be taken down right at the line.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone, and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And he's going to get the 1st down as they bring him down at the 23.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. DeAndre Levy leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure it out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. He completes it middle of the field to Janis. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And again, it's Rodgers. Out to the flat for Lacey. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. It's a gain of 5, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. It's his guy out the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one. One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catching.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And it would appear they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. Now it's Martin to do the honors after the made field goal. This is taken at the 3. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And here comes the Lions defensive unit. They trot back out onto the field. And they'll see if they can get one final stop with this crowd behind them.
And let's face it, as much as we want to say it's all about the guys on the field, they can get some help right here from the home crowd. And they're going to try their best to get them motivated, get them involved. But they're going to need to make a play or two in order to keep them in that spot.
The crowd's making some noise now. Back to throw. A dump off to Lacey. And he'll get it down here to the 43. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and short. And the offense moving quickly to the line. He'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. They'll look to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
He's back to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. A nickel back added defensively as they look to stop this 3rd and 8. Back to throw. And he dropped it. Now it was tipped. Altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it. And now 4th down. Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. And quickly, they get to the line. Back to throw, Rodgers. His throw caught right around the 6. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. To throw is Rodgers. That's caught at the 2. Only 2 yards on the completion at 2nd down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Now Rodgers. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds. So with next to nothing left on the clock, they get Charles what should be the game-winning touchdown catch.
That felt so much like practice and preparation coming together. So many times your last practice of the week, you score the game-winning touchdown. Everyone leaves the field feeling good about themselves. They got it done for real in this situation.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And with time of factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. Now it's Stafford. And going over the middle here to Curley. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. One last throw here for Stafford. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone, from Ford Field.